General Santa Anna of Mexico arrived in Texas with a force of 4,000 men. His plan was to retake control of San Antonio. Approximately 180 Texans were there to defend it. The Texans barricaded themselves in an old mission called the Alamo. They refused to surrender and fought for 13 days before they were defeated by the Mexican army. Only a few women and children were left alive in the Alamo. The Texans motivated themselves to fight with the cry, "Remember the Alamo!" A few days after the Battle of the Alamo, Mexican troops captured approximately 350 Texan soldiers near San Antonio. The troops were marched to the town of Goliad and were executed or killed by Santa Anna's order. Texans called it the Goliad Massacre. A massacre is a killing of many people. Sam Houston led an army against Santa Anna at the Mexican camp near the San Jacinto River. Houston's troops surprised the Mexican troops, killing 630 and quickly taking 730 more Mexicans captive. Santa Anna was captured. While the Texans had Santa Anna in captivity, they forced him to sign agreements that allowed Texas to govern itself and gave Texas the land south to the Rio Grande, as shown in the map. Later, the government in Mexico said that the agreements signed by Santa Anna were not legal because he was forced to sign them. Mexico allowed Texas to govern itself only because Mexico could not force Texas to remain under Mexican control. However, Mexico only tolerated the situation. It believed the Texan government was illegal. After Texas won the revolution against Mexico, Texas wanted to become a part of the United States. Sam Houston, one of the Texan leaders of the revolution, wanted Texas to join the United States as a slave state. The President of the United States, Andrew Jackson, wanted to annex Texas. Annex means to make a smaller area of land part of the larger area of land. To annex Texas meant to add it to the United States. The Senate did not vote to annex Texas for two reasons. First, there was fear that annexing Texas would cause a war between the United States and Mexico. Second, there was fear that annexing Texas would cause more problems between the northern and the southern states. Admitting Texas was a slave state would mean there would be one more slave state than free states. An extra slave state would mean that a majority of the Senate would probably favor slavery. Senators from free states did not want senators from slave states to control the Senate. For these reasons, Texas was not annexed. Texas governed itself for the next 10 years. It called itself the Republic of Texas and had a president, Congress, court system, army, navy, and flag. Many people from the United States took advantage of free land that was offered by the new government of Texas to settlers from the United States. Between 1836 and 1846, the population of Texas jumped from 35,000 to 142,000, and almost all of the increase was due to settlers from the United States. Summary. The four factors of group success predicted that Americans would eventually control Texas. The Americans had more capability in self-government and business than the Mexican government. The American leaders were experienced, capable, and popular because they were elected. The Americans in Texas had a large advantage in resources because they had more people and more money. The Americans in Texas had an advantage in motivation because they were defending their homes, family, and livelihood.